off. Welcome to the 49th episode of the Brave News channel. I am your host, Shali, and we're here with the fantastic Rizky. Say hello, Rizky.
Hello.
And today is a very special episode because we got a lot of hype going on. There's a lot of fun stuff awaiting in the horizon, and Rizky is going to tell us all about it. So why don't I just pass things to you so you can get us all excited for what's to come?
All right, Shali. So what's more exciting than our anniversary? Yeah.
Anniversary!
We can see that Brave Frontier anniversary, 6th anniversary is here. And we have, the team has brought to you guys an update on, we call it a journey to 6th anniversary. It's basically our pre-anniversary celebration and the highlights.
Yes.
So as you guys can see, in the previous BNC, we had this kind of like a mystery unit silhouette, and now you can see the unit in the full glory.
Yes.
It is our Tilith from another timeline.
Yes.
Which is
future Tilith.
Yeah, from future timeline.
Yeah.
To be very exact, from future timeline. So this is Tilith from Brave Frontier 2, and as you guys can see, there are some changes in her style. Like she's not so much like the goddess, like the usual goddess that like very freely, I don't know, like dress and everything, but she still looks more like adventure. What do you think, Shelley?
I think so. I think this is a Tilith that was set on seeing the world, or worlds plural, because they've been traveling back and forth, and her one desire, the only thing that she wanted to do was to be able to go on adventures with the legendary summoner. And it looks like she got her wish, because she looks like she's ready to go adventuring. She's got her fingerless gloves on. She's got a big belt with probably a pouch where she keeps all her essentials. And she's got, she's got the short pants so that she can run. None of that like flowy skirt deal. Because, it's not the most comfortable gear to go adventuring in. But yeah, she looks like a very down-to-earth goddess, I must say.
Yeah, it must be very interesting for, especially for those players who want to know, like maybe what happened, like what exactly happened to her, and what was the background story. Well, fret not, we actually have a special dungeon for her. You're not exactly fighting her, but you're going to fight some familiar foes from the Brave Frontier 2 story. And as you can see, this particular enemy, I think it might be familiar for those some of you who has actually followed up the original version. And as you can see, you will fight this monster, this boss, and once you complete the mission, you will obtain Opal Goddess Tilith into your squad.
Nice, very nice. I wonder how difficult it must be, because he looks pretty vicious. So
yeah, it's like a real, like your kind of like a iconic villain. I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, well, so Tilith, as mentioned earlier, Tilith can be obtained by completing BF2 dungeon. Then this dungeon will be a permanent dungeon, so there will be no more time limit for you. You can complete it anytime. Oh,
nice.
You want? Yeah, this is nice. And the dungeon will features 2 different difficulties, normal and hard. So in the normal mode, upon the first clear, you will gain Omni Rarity Opal Goddess Tilith. And for the hard mode, you can gain Exalted Tokens. So with every completion of the mission.
Wow, okay.
So there is a special first clear bonus, or up to 6 gems for grabs when you complete this mission during the anniversary period, up till December.
Nice, 6 gems with that, huh?
6 gems, come on. So even though the dungeon itself is permanent, but there are like special bonus for completion within the anniversary period until December. So don't miss that.
Yeah, no. I mean, 6 gems. That's at least 1 summon right there, and then 1 extra gem to maybe upgrade your inventory slots. If you collect a lot of units like I do, I always have to end up spending a gem or 2 to get 5 more slots, which hurts my soul. It hurts me deeply that I have to do that, but sometimes it's necessary. So.
I mean, I'm more of a free-to-play player. Then I try to like keep my inventory low.
Really?
And it's very painful to actually, like have to give up some of the units.
I can't do that. I have to have
keep
at least
one
unit of each, at least in my inventory, just in case, because I don't know what's gonna happen. So.
Yes, that's right.
I'm a hoarder.
Well, okay, that's about the dungeon, and we also going to have another pre-anniversary highlights here, which is a daily free summon.
Okay.
So you can get a free ticket by logging in daily, and you can gain the bonus 6th anniversary token to exchange for DB units on the 6th anniversary exclusive bazaar.
Nice.
So there are like 6 whole weeks for the free daily summon, and there will be 6 weeks. Within the 6 weeks, there will be 6 different gates and 6 featured units. And it's basically every week the gate will change into a different unit. So more detail about like what unit will be shown here will be announced in the producer letter later on. There might be a chance that by the time this video is uploaded, you guys might have seen the producer's letters already. So do look forward for the update in our official channel, Facebook, and the in-game as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you haven't seen the producer's letter and you want to know exactly what the gates are going to be bringing to you, then please go over to wherever you can find it. I'm sure it's going to be available in-game, and just make sure that you read through all of it so you get all the information that you need.
All right, free units always welcome. All right, so next update, we will have the pre-anniversary login campaign.
Okay.
So it's going to be from September 26th to November 6th. And there is one very special update here, which is the unit selector.
Yeah.
Well, I think this is kind of like a different approach of our unit of choice.
Yes.
Usually our unit of choice will be on the external, like page, and you have to like go out from the game.
Yeah.
And
you have to log in for a certain number of days.
Yeah.
Et cetera, et cetera.
We are doing it a little bit differently this time around with the unit selector from in-game. So you can collect this unit selector ticket from the login campaign, and you can also use unit of choice from a various curated unit pools with the new selected feature. So this time around, the first curated pool will be the Battle Maidens from Vortex Arena Season 3.
Oh, very nice.
This is very exciting.
Yeah.
You wanted to exchange for Serin.
Oh, well, I have Serin and I have Cayenne as well.
You are like...
I don't know which one I would trade for, but I'm glad that I can trade for them. So I'm just going to have to sit down and really think it through. But they're all really good, and they're all excellent in the arena, so I'm sure a lot of people will be excited for this.
Right. I mean, I was lucky enough to get Kayina, but Serin was like, I don't know, first by who, I guess.
Oh, okay. So you know exactly where your ticket is going then.
Yep.
No need to think about it twice.
Forever.
Nice.
All right. What do you want to get, Charlie, for this for the first selector summon?
I don't know. It's gonna be hard because it actually becomes like more difficult the more choices that you have. The less choices that you have, it's like you're just gonna have to bend and like pick one to just get it over with. But the more choices that you have, the more you start wondering like, what if I choose this unit? What if I choose this? Like in this situation, this unit would be more helpful, but in this other situation, this one would be. And we don't necessarily know like all of the events that are coming out in the future and the order that they're coming out in. So if there's like a rift where you could really use like the help of an earth unit, but you exchanged it for like vanilla who's light, she's not going to be able to help you much. So it's like, it's tricky, but I'm just glad that the system is in place. It's brand new. Don't have to log in for like 40 days in order to be able to trade for one. It's exciting, I have to say. Very exciting.
Yeah, and then I guess there will be another curated pool as well in the future. So this is the first one. The first one will be Battle Maiden. So do look forward, and then depending on what kind of event that is running during that period, you can, as you mentioned earlier, players can choose it wisely so that you don't waste your unit selector ticket.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, so moving on to the next update, it will be a DBB progression system update.
All right.
Wow, finally. So we are going to introduce the DBB level 5 and 6. So it will be giving extra boost to synergy effectiveness, extra boost to the DBB damage.
Okay.
And unlocking of level 6 will require the new Grand Golem.
Interesting.
So Grand Golem will be given through pre-anniversary login campaign, but I believe there will be more ways to get this so that outside anniversary players can upgrade as well. So more details about this, please refer to our producers' letters later on.
Excellent. Exciting stuff.
All right. Exciting stuff. And the last update from the anniversary will be the quality of life update. So the first things will be the dual Brave Burst battle simulator. This is really exciting because, sometimes you just want to it's not that easy to trigger the DBB in the battle itself, but you just want to test. You just want to test how the DBB units, how strong the DBB is. Then this simulator will be very helpful for you guys to check and to really decide on which unit you want to invest on. And the next one will be the battle energy refund. So energy used for mission entry will be refunded upon exiting the mission through giving up or being defeated. So any energy will not be refunded if you complete the battle. I mean that's normal, right? Because you complete it, and you have to use the energy. So the missions that uses energy that will be included here will be the quest, Vortex dungeon, trial, strategy zone, and grand quest.
This is amazing. I can't tell you how many times I've failed the grand quest and I have to be like, well, I have to wait until tomorrow because I already spent all of my energy today failing this grand quest 3 times in a row. So this will be very helpful for me particularly, I have to say.
Personally, I think I really like it being in the trial because, especially strategy zone the latest strategy zone is very difficult and sometimes I go blind. I go to the strategy zone blind, and I was not prepared, and I got wrecked immediately. So it's good to have this energy refund, so that we can actually try and because what's fun about Brave Frontier is that you can actually strategizing your squad, changing the composition of your squad, and then trying out a new strategy. To a certain trial or difficult content it's actually exciting. So I think this is very welcome change for the player.
I agree. I think this is very exciting.
And then the last item will be the increased item stack capacity. So from 199 per stack to 999 per stack.
This is beautiful. Absolutely
nice.
Beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely welcome. I just don't want to have a warning at the end of the battle saying that your item inventory is full. So I think 999 is really welcome here.
Yes.
Yeah. What do you think about it, Charlie?
I think that God has heard my prayers because I don't know how many things I've had to sell away that I didn't really have to I didn't really want to sell, but because it's just taking up space in my inventory and I can't immediately use them because I don't need more than 100 potions right now. It would be nice if I could just keep more in my inventory without having to sacrifice that extra slot or extra few slots. So this is gonna make a big difference, I feel.
I think to me it's more like the materials because farming materials are quite annoying in the sense that you have to go to a certain dungeon and maybe you just want to farm a lot on that dungeon and keep it for the future use. Exactly.
It's just taking space, unnecessary space. So this is a very welcome change. I am fully behind it. It's beautiful.
All right. So that's all the anniversary update. Of course, there are more things to come in the anniversary itself, and in the next BNC, the bigger things will be unveiled. I can't really say much, but it's going to be very exciting.
Well, it's already very exciting, and this is the celebration before the anniversary happens, right?
Right.
So I can't wait to see what actually happens during the anniversary, which is the 6th anniversary of Brave Frontier Global. 6 years of Brave Frontier. What an accomplishment. Absolutely amazing. I'm so proud of everyone involved, the team, the summoners out there who support our game and who support this show. I'm very, very, very excited. And just to keep the excitement going here, we're going to be talking about Frontier Rift. Kilazar is back. We're going to have a rerun of Heaven's End here. So lead the resistance to the Imperial City where the Rogue have a master final assault on Heaven. Kilazar is going to be on your side to be able to do that. Of course, don't forget to participate so that you can support your guild with the, the scoring and the extra rewards. The more that you guys participate and cooperate with each other, the more rewards that everybody gets. So it's a win-win situation. Make sure that you are participating in your guild events here. And then if you do well in the Frontier Rift, you can redeem such amazing rewards as Kilazar, the actual unit, Omni himself, which you can see on this slide on the screen. Vesper Argentum Sphere, which is one of the best spheres in the game, arguably, I have to say. And then more rewards that you can claim from the bazaar. So don't miss this chance to take advantage of the rerun here of Heaven's End, because it has a lot of good rewards that you guys can benefit from. So if you haven't cleared that rift just yet, I definitely recommend it. All right. And then we have more Uprising units in the horizon. This time we have a dark unit called Set. Now, Set is an interesting lady because she's actually the sister of Osiris, who we have already introduced in the past. And when Osiris and his wife Asis were ruling over Urzima, they kind of got the good side of the place, and Set got stuck with like the desert, like dead part of the land. She wasn't very happy about that. So when she confronted her brother Osiris, she was like, "Hey, this is not very nice. Like, why didn't you give me, a better place to be ruling over?" That's when Osiris was like, "Well, you're not really that good at ruling, so that's why." So you can imagine how Set took that. She wasn't the biggest fan of that kind of comment. And, one thing leads to another, and her brother ends up in pieces. Literally in pieces. So,
ouch.
Yeah. What happens to Osiris after that and what becomes of Set, I'm going to leave as a mystery. So that you guys can enjoy it when you get your hands on Set, the actual unit. But she is basically someone who was kind of put in a bad light, who didn't really want to be like the bad guy, but she's not going to back down. So it's kind of that situation, like, if you want to make me the bad guy, I'll be the bad guy, but I'll be the best bad guy that you'll ever see, kind of thing. Not that she's super evil or anything, but just look forward to her story. Let's talk about her design for a second. Can we just admire how absolutely gorgeous her hair is? Like,
I don't know. It's like it feels like the dark aura at the back, like it's like an extension of her hair. It's actually not an extension of her hair.
It's really hard to tell. I think she's wearing a veil. So she's wearing kind of like a clear veil that is purple, and then it might be that the hands are attached to the veil, so it's kind of like a spiritual thing. I'm not entirely sure. I just absolutely love the color palette that was chosen for her. I think the contrast of her hair and her eyes and her skin tone, like, everything is a winner. And my favorite combination of colors is pink and purple. And that's exactly what she is wearing, so she looks absolutely amazing. I love her totem animal, who's like a mini Anubis there at the bottom. I'm a sucker for puppies, so she's got all the winning qualities for me. I really, really enjoyed the design of this unit. I can't wait to see her on the battlefield. And her animation, her attack animation must be very interesting, I feel like.
Yeah, and with those all those hands, I don't know, evil hands at the back. That's why I think I really like the dark unit in general, because I think the design is just awesome. It's
fun to be a little bit creeped out. You're like, ooh, what's that? That looks scary. So she's giving me that vibe. Very, very, very cool.
Right.
All right, we do have another Uprising unit that is coming to Set. So if Set represents the darkness, Ma'at, who you guys will see on screen right now, she is kind of like the counter to that. I wouldn't necessarily say that she is like the light against the darkness, but she is what represents balance. So since the beginning of time, there are many cultures that have said that for there to be light, there must also be darkness. And when there is darkness, there must also be light. They kind of don't exist without each other, right? And Ma'at is the manifestation of that belief. And she stands more for order and justice than, you know, either side. She's not a representative of like dark itself or like light itself, but she just wants to make sure that everything is just. And there's an ancient Egyptian belief that when you die, and I think after you cross the Nile River, you see yourself in this hall, and there are a pair of golden scales. And on one end, there is like a magical feather that hangs on one balance, and then in the other balance goes your heart. And if your heart doesn't balance with the feather, that means that you weren't good enough to make it into the good part of the afterlife. And that feather is believed to come from Ma'at, and that's why you can see the wings like spread behind her. So she's a very powerful figure in this like beliefs, the system of beliefs. So I think she looks absolutely amazing. I love the fact that, you know, we don't know if she's actually blind, but the fact that her eyes are covered, you know, she's not judging anyone by what she can see. You know what I mean? Just like how Justice is blind, she's judging them for the content of their character, for the good deeds or bad deeds that they have done. That's why she weighs their heart against one of her feathers. So very, very interesting character, very rich in that Egyptian lore. What do you think of this design, Rizky?
I'm kind of like I mean, on the opposite of like the dark unit design, I also like the angel kind of like unit design. So this design wins me.
Yeah.
And it really like that kind of like a, you know, helmet or like something covering the eyes is it's giving like mysterious vibe of her. Yeah. So it's really a fantastic design, I think.
Yeah, she looks absolutely gorgeous. I am also a sucker for wings. There's just something so majestic about them. And you know, the mysterious like helmet thing also helps. Very Xenia, if you ask me. So,
that's right.
Absolutely beautiful unit. Please look forward to her as well. And after the Uprising units, we have more showdowns to go through in the Vortex Arena, this time around being the Luminous Showdown, where you can show off your light units. Now, if you rank 1 to 1,500, you're gonna get Rabbit's Gusto. If you rank from 1,500 to 1 to 6,000, you're gonna get the Hairbrain Bucket. And those are the two spheres that you guys can see on the screen that kind of look like a hat with like long ear covers, and then one has a visor. And then of course in the event bazaar, we'll have the Oath of Aegis. So you guys have a lot of cool rewards to trade for this time around. Make sure your light units are ready to go so that you can put them in your squad. But if you are in need of a light unit, a good light unit that can help you through this Vortex Arena this time around, why don't you get yourself Peter? Peter, our newest Vortex Arena summon unit. I wonder why the name Peter was chosen. That
it sounds like, I don't know, Peter the Rabbit or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think that one was a little too obvious there, but Peter, I think it was really difficult for the art team to come up with a concept that really embraced the rabbit without making it too obvious, because in Brave Frontier we already have units that have like actual like bunny ears, you know, like Bunny, and Carol is like actually riding like a giant rabbit. So everybody was just trying to come up with really cool and new ideas of how to represent the rabbit of the Zodiac, and this is what they came up with. They came up with Peter. He's ready to get down. He's got his saw ready. He's ready to build or destroy as per needed. And Peter, even though he wants to win the competition, you know, to become the Emperor's aide, he's a really friendly dude. So he, while he's doing the best that he can to impress the Emperor, he's also helping everybody else. He's like, hey, do you need help with that? Hey, do you need help with that? He's kind of like a little hyperactive because, you know, he's a rabbit. So he's just like, yeah, I'll build it for you, no problem. And then he's so caught up in helping everyone that he kind of forgets to like finish what he started. So, you know, some of the people that he was helping are like, well, you gave me like a half-finished cabinet. I can't do anything with this. I think you're just trying to slow me down. And that's not what he's trying to do. He's got a lot in his mind.
I think this character is really interesting.
Yeah, he's a funny one. I think he's the most comical out of the bunch that has come out.
Yeah.
He's just very lighthearted, very fun. We don't get enough like units that have kind of like a job theme, but Peter is very strongly centered in this idea that he's kind of like a carpenter / handyman / like furniture designer. Like he's got a lot of things going on, but I enjoy it, and I don't think we've ever seen a saw as a weapon in Brave Frontier either. So that's very new.
Not this saw, not like the working saw. It's usually the other kind of like chainsaw or anything usually.
Exactly, yeah.
In a game, but
it's always
it's really interesting.
Yeah, and I am a rabbit as well of the zodiac, so relating to Peter here, I do like helping people, but I don't know that I leave them like hanging afterwards, but I do get the feeling or the wanting to help other people. I very much relate to Peter in that way for sure. So look forward to Peter coming as the next zodiac animal for you guys in the Vortex arena. And now to my favorite time of the year, my favorite holiday. It's time for Halloween. Brave Halloween 2019 is here. We have a brand new, beautiful logo inspired by Dia de los Muertos. If you guys don't know what Dia de los Muertos is, it's the Day of the Dead. That's when the dead come back to the day, to the realm of the living in order to, enjoy time with their family and everybody who leaves them like what we call ofrendas, which are like offerings for the dead. And I'm really excited that this time around it's based on like a Hispanic holiday. Very, very exciting, especially one that is so like picturesque and like full of color and full of like vibrantness. Because Halloween is always pretty much associated with just like the ghoulish, like scary stuff. So not everything has to be scary.
I agree.
Yeah, so an event dungeon is going to be prepared for Brave Halloween, of course. It's going to come with a bazaar where you can exchange for rewards as well, and more details will be released the closer that we get to Halloween. And then, of course, we're gonna have a brand new unit whose name is gonna be Lydia. Now, Lydia is also very heavily inspired by the culture of Dia de los Muertos, so you can see that her makeup is very sugar skull inspired. She's got all of the like freckles of color and the lines and stuff, and her dress is very, very colorful. And she was actually a noble lady, once when she was alive, but she's not one noble lady to like flaunt it in your face. She was very modest about it. And she's very nice, actually. She's very charming, very charismatic. When she gets angry, she gets a little bit scary, but as long as you're having a good day with her, it should be all right. And she comes back to visit her family every year during the Dia de los Muertos festival. But one day when she does that, in a particular Dia de los Muertos like celebration, she finds Yin-Yin. We're gonna get into Yin-Yin in just a second. But I'll tell you guys how they met in just a little bit. First, I want to ask Risky what he thinks of Lydia's design here.
I'm really like that the combination of the elegance and deadly. But I didn't realize that she's actually already dead.
Yeah, she's dead
by this time. Yeah, because when I saw the design before this BNC preparation, when I saw the design from the art team, I thought she's like, she might be some kind of another like mage or witch that can control spirit or anything. But yeah, she still looks really elegant even when she's.
I know, she looks good for being dead, I must say. Lydia is a very pretty lady, even in the afterlife, right?
Yep.
So in the afterlife, she meets Yin-Yin. Let's take a look at Yin-Yin here. Now, Yin-Yin, Yin-Yin is I hope I'm saying this correctly, Jiangxi?
Jiangxi, I said
Jiangxi, okay. Which is a Chinese hopping vampire.
Yep, very familiar for some of us, I think.
Well, I've seen them before, but I'm not very in tune with the culture. Not as much as I am with Dia de los Muertos. This is, more of Dia de los Muertos is more of my kind of cultural side than the Chinese hopping vampire side, I have to say. Yin-Yin died from illness a long time ago, and her parents or her family paid for her funeral. So she had a proper burial, but after her death and after her funeral was over, her family, there are two sides of the family, and they kind of started feuding with each other, and they just forgot or they stopped offering things to Yin-Yin to appease her in the afterlife. So Yin-Yin got so hungry after, going for so long without eating anything that she just popped out of her casket, just went to find the first thing that she could eat, and that's how she ends up meeting Lydia. So Lydia finds her just snacking on everything that she can see, and Lydia's like, what is this girl doing? Why is she just eating everything? So it's going to be very interesting to see how the relationship between Yin-Yin and Lydia develops, because it's a very, very different setting for Yin-Yin to be partaking in Lydia's festivities. Right. So this is like the joining of two different cultures for the sake of one beautiful holiday, which is Halloween. Very cool. Yeah. I really like Yin-Yin's color palette. What do you think of her design, Rizky?
Well, I think the like the Chinese hopping vampire is something that we are like Asian from especially from Southeast Asia are very familiar with, because we grow we grown with this kind of like movie.
Oh, okay.
This kind of movie in our childhood, and this representation of the Chinese hopping vampire is actually really interesting and cute as well. Like you see the color, and she has like a blue hair and those kind of cute pose. I don't know. I mean, like I just like the color scheme. I mean, I like blue colors, so like overall. Yeah. She looks really nice.
Yeah, she looks very calm for a vampire, I have to say that. And she also looks very adorable for a vampire. She was still relatively young when she died from illness. And she acts even younger still as like her personality. So it's gonna be really fun how to see her deal with Lydia, or Lydia dealing with her. Because Lydia has a lot of patience, right? But how much patience is she gonna need for Yin-Yin? I don't know. So we'll see. Yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see what happens with them. Very excited for these Halloween units. They look absolutely beautiful. And last but not least, we're going to have some Halloween alternate art, and I absolutely love Halloween alternate art. I mean, the Elena one is like my favorite one of all time. But we have two units here, and the only hint that I see on this slide is that one is going to be light and one is going to be a dark unit. Now, who could they be? I'm just going to leave to your imagination. I'm very excited. Risky?
I don't know. I can guess the left one, but I have no idea what is the right one.
Okay, well,
let's keep it. Yeah, let's keep it a mystery for the players as well.
Halloween mystery. Well, if you guys have any guesses as to who you think it's gonna be, make sure that you leave your guesses in the comments so that we can take a look at it, and you might just be right, and then you get to enjoy it even more, knowing that you knew that this was coming for Halloween, because Halloween is gonna be full of fun and surprises. I cannot wait for my favorite holiday to be here.
All right.
Well, that's it for all of the updates that we have this time around. Stick around for the Summoner's Corner coming up next. All right, it's time for the Summoner's Corner, where you guys ask us as many questions as you like, and then Risky's here to answer them all for you. Now, our first question is from CC, Free to Play Brave Frontier. Excellent name. Excellent name. CC has a three-parter question, so we're gonna start with the first one. When are we going to get Save, Desit, and Vashi buffs that were promised? Risky, do you want to go through all the questions and then answer, or
we can go through all the questions first.
Okay, so I'll jump right to number 2. Is it possible that we are going to get Svalin Aromat DBV? And if we're going to get it, is there going to be a buff incorporated for Svalin in order to accommodate the DBV? And then the last question is here, since Ravia got reworked and we are going to see a Guild Raid Sphere rework. So the Ravia rework was very popular. It did really well. It's getting a lot of positive feedback. Are we going to see any Guild Raid Spheres being reworked as well, so that our players can get more use out of them?
All right. So for the first question, I think unfortunately because of the priority and some of our scheduling conflict, especially when we are trying to prepare a new unit and also like updating the old unit at the same time. Unfortunately, we can't really update. We can't really accommodate those updates for now. But we are going to continue to work on it. So please bear with us for a little while.
Okay.
For this unit. For the second questions is for the DBB unit unlock and pairing selection is mainly affected by various balancing considerations. So we are currently unable to confirm a specific like Svalin and Aromat DBB pairing for now.
Okay.
Yeah, because there are a lot of other consideration to be discussed with the team as well on this, so we can't confirm it yet. And the last question, Ravia was actually an exception because of the popularity. So but currently we don't really have any plan for making a guild rate spheres or unit adjustment yet. So hopefully when we have a little bit more like time to do that, maybe team can rethink about it again.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe we consider that in the future. Thank you very much, CC, for your questions. Now we're moving on to our second question here by ChrisTrackninja. And Chris wants to know, when are you going to refresh the Insignia Bazaar?
Yeah, so I think a lot of players have been asking this as well. Yeah, we are glad to announce that Insignia Bazaar will be refreshed in October. More details, please look forward for our official announcement.
Okay, so in October, there you have it, Chris.
Yep, soon.
Yeah, very, very soon, just around the corner. So make sure that you're keeping your eye on those news there. And then our last question of the day by Adam Piard. Adam has a question. Is there any chance that we can make golden kings or gods, but that give you karma instead of experience, or like, that you can sell for Zell? Because Adam finds it very frustrating sometimes when he's trying to create a sphere or evolve a unit and he doesn't have enough karma in his pocket to be able to do that. Is there anything that we can, like an actual item that we could use to get karma from?
Well, I think at the moment it is very unlikely for us to plan for like a karma that can be acquired from unit or farmable units. However, the team has been thinking about increasing a way of you to receiving karma, for example, from the dungeons, or maybe from the special login campaigns, or from the community events, or even from the special summoners training ground events to gain more karma. So while occasionally we will have this player can go through the karma dungeon, but I think we do look forward for like another venue to get karma as well.
Okay, so maybe some other different methods in the future, but not necessarily a unit that will give you karma.
Yes.
All right. Correct. Yeah, I find that very interesting. Karma is like the one thing that I've never run out of. Like
same with me as well.
Yeah.
I was quite surprised that some players actually run it.
Yeah, well, it's very different when you have been playing the game for a very long time and your karma has just been stacking for a long time. So I have like 5 years of like stacked up karma. Like even if I try to use all of it, I don't think I'd be able to. But in consideration of like newer players who are coming in and they want to get the special event spheres, they have to craft that with karma, and maybe they don't have enough karma accumulated just yet. So I understand where this predicament can come from. Hopefully we can see that solved in the future.
All right.
All right, well, that's it for our Summer's Corner and for our show today. Thank you so much to you guys for tuning in. I am super, super psyched for the 6th anniversary of Brave Frontier to be coming so soon, and for Halloween to be coming as well. This is a very, very happy time of the year for me. Are you excited, Rizky?
Yes, I'm really excited. I mean, like, even just the pre-anniversary has been this hyped. We can really expect like a bigger and grander anniversary as well. So, and thank you for all our players for the support until our 6th anniversary. I think it's really an achievement for Brave Frontier, especially for it's kind of like a mobile game that lasts really this long. And it's all thanks to our players who support us until now.
Right. That's exactly right. Thank you so much to all the team that worked super hard on this game. Thank you so much to all of the summoners out there who support the game with all your love and all of your attention and everything that you bring to this project. We couldn't be able to do it without you. So look forward to the anniversary. We'll be seeing you on the next one. Till then, bye.